Roscoe Gang, welcome to week 6. It is officially spooky season and time to examine some of the scarier matchups we have occurring this weekend. Let's dive on in. They say cats have 9 lives, but that definitely has not been the case this year for our co-commissioner, Nicholas. Following injuries from both Nick Chubb and Dak Prescott, Coach Everett has resorted to changing his team icon in hopes for some good luck. I would say things are going to look up for your team, Nick, but I recently looked at your roster and, well, now the cat's got my tongue. On the other side of the ball this week, we have Coach Geiger with All My Homies Christian. All My Homies Christian appeared as a very strong contender following the draft this year. However, quickly, Christian McCaffrey was injured and Jake was left scrambling. I was pretty worried that Jake wasn't going to be able to handle the pressure, but he came out stronger on the other side of the waiver wire and really had some good ads. Mike Davis added to his team, and more recently, Alexander Madison. Jake is playing the waiver wire well, and I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. Although the Christians aren't as exciting as we may have initially thought, Christian McCaffrey should be returning soon, and Jake should be in good shape. Jake, recently out of LASIK surgery, has seen the light from above. Following his Christian brethrens, I'm predicting that Jake is going to take the W this week against the Brigade. Christians win this one, 135 to 137. The Killers have clearly emerged as an up-and-comer in this year's league. After countless hours chomping on that rocky road ice cream, Casey has gathered himself one hell of a cone. No, Kenny Drake isn't exactly a hot fudge sundae like young Case was hoping, but at worst, he's a banana split with a cherry on top. Before we dive into the Pittsburgh Priest Pals, I want to take you backstage this offseason so we can see how Kyle is preparing for his team. Wow, that's embarrassing, even for you, Kyle. The Pittsburgh Priest Pals, also known as PPP, they've been a bit of a dark horse this season. They've already racked up 3 wins, and leading the congregation is Father Josh Allen. However impressive the start of the season has been, you don't win the season by the draft, you win it throughout the year. Kyle's head's not even in this season. He's not even living in Pittsburgh to coach his team. And more recently, he traded away his best wide receiver, Julio Jones, for the equivalent of table scraps. I have the Killers pulling away this week with the dub. It's going to be a high-scoring affair, but I think Casey's going to get it done in the end. 142 to 138. Our long-lost brother, Sam Guinta, surprised us all this offseason with some inspiring words about reigning champ Bruce Sue. It appears that Big Boy G, indeed, is big, and he's currently tied for first place with Bruce in the Western Conference. DK Metcalf, Aaron Rodgers, DeAndre Hopkins. Are you watching the Pro Bowl? No, it's Big Boy G's roster. However, it's not all positive for Mr. G, as Le'Veon Bell just got signed to the Chiefs and will be taking over his fair share of Mr. Clyde Edwards-Helaire's carries. I'm excited to see where this team is going, and I'm excited to see that Sam is giving a shit for once. On the other side of the field is the man, the myth, the legend, Michael Furlot. Michael notoriously made a whiskey drink and booked it for a beach day the morning after the draft when I was still engaged in alcohol poisoning. But I have to ask, is Michael washed up? Years past, Michael has been dominant and proven that he has a lot of knowledge and skill in fantasy football. Following a week where his star receiver, Michael Thomas, punched a teammate in the face, Coach Furlot punished the entire team by leaving him in his active lineup, consequently making the matchup a loss. Coach Furlot still has an elite team, don't hear what I'm not saying, but will Coach Furlot step up and lead the Coyotes to victory? I don't think so. I have Big Boy G continuing their hot streak and winning 135 to 132. The reigning champions, the Wonton Dons, are off to another positive start this year, and there is no doubt that Mr. Zoop has some talent in his roster. However, Don Matt Ryan has been in some hot frying oil as of late. Coach Bruce knows what this quarterback is capable of, but when will the rest of us see it? The Dons have been dominating this league the past few years, so my full faith is still in Coach Seuss to turn this team around. The other side of the ball, the big league football boys have certainly been hooked on the Thielen these past few games, getting 2 wins in a row. However, Melvin Gordon may have been hooked a little too hard, partying a little too hard with Coach Patton, ended up getting a DUI a few nights ago. Yikes. The deadly duo of TB12 to Mike Evans has proven plentiful, as the boys are currently tied for a very tight second place in the Eastern Conference. Let's take a look at Coach Patton's moves practicing over the offseason. Wow. Kid's got moves. What can I say? I am, however, calling for a hangover beatdown with the boys quickly sobering up after suffering the first loss in 3 weeks. Wonton Dons win this one, 124 to 107. Should we even do this one? Okay, whatever. The Lawman has had a rough few years in the league. This year, through 5 weeks, this team has been outscored by a whopping 179 total points. Wow. I was nervous witnessing Ian draft a quarterback for the 22nd overall pick in this year's draft, and rightfully so. Mr. Jackson has not been the same old quarterback over the last year, and Ian's team has been faltering, due to this. However, the Longman did end up picking up Chase Claypool off the waiver wire, so that's a bright spot for him. Hopefully he can help turn the team around. What can I say? The Cobra Kai squad has, been pretty successful so far. Following a very strong draft, picking up Devontae Adam in the 3rd round, the team has acquired both Darren Waller and Julio Jones in past weeks, adding to this, already powerful team. Coach O'Brien finally has found a job, though, so he will not be able to dedicate as much time to his team. So let's hope that the house that we have built so far will sustain. I'm saying that Cobra Kai is going to pull a W here. It's going to, hopefully be a blowout. I think the score is going to be somewhere around 135 to 92. Thanks for joining me in this Week 6 preview. Buck the Steelers, and happy spooky season. 3, 2.
No, wait. I need to count down so I know when it's balanced.
Alright.
You're taking a video, aren't you?
No.
Suck my